All right, welcome back, guys. Will Blandon, nice guy driver. Here in Connecticut, another gloomy day. Looks like it's gonna rain again as usual. I happen to notice, like, a lot of these YouTubers that have been talking about making all this money on Uber and Lyft. I'm talking about the crazy amounts, like when they're talking about they're making like $3 grand a week and about $3 grand a week and these crazy numbers you're seeing. Number one, they're really driving. Like, I heard one guy, he drove like 18 hours. Like, he had to take a pause in between, but he basically drove for like 18 hours and took like an hour, 2 hour break in between. Like, it was something crazy. And he was not including that a lot of that was, he did have some tips, but a lot of it was bonuses. I think he said he made something like, $3 grand that month. I don't remember if it was it was basically $3 grand that month. But it was like $1,000 something was bonuses. Bonuses, 1,000. So what that tells me is the average person is not gonna make that $3 grand in a month. I would say it'd be closer to like $2 grand a month, you know, with maybe taking a day off without bonuses. So it's almost like not worth it to do full time. I'm doing it part time and I'm making about that. I'm making about anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500 a month, but I am getting bonuses. I'm getting bonuses, tips. I didn't break down the exact numbers, but I'm getting more tips than the average person because I'm over friendly. The average driver isn't even getting tips. My neighbor, who also happens to be a Uber driver, he was telling me he's not getting any tips. And I see why. He's a miserable dude. He's not as friendly as I am. He doesn't initiate stories like I do. I initiate stories and really make the people feel like I'm listening. And then I can feel people out. I'm a good judge of character now, so I can feel people out, whether they want to talk, don't want to talk. But you can't make no money without bonuses and tips. Driving for Uber and Lyft, you can't. Not anything worth mentioning. I mean, you might as well get a regular job at one of these retail places. Like right now, I'm in the plaza. I'm looking at Dollar Tree, Kohl's. I'm in a small town called Plainville, Connecticut. I'm looking at Dollar Tree and Kohl's. You can get a job at Kohl's paying you probably $14, $15 an hour and make about what the same as you make as an Uber and Lyft driver without the bonuses and tips. This is why it's important. It's really important to have bonuses and tips because there's no way you can make it out here without it. There's no possible way you can make a decent living. And to me, a decent living in my opinion, you got to be making over 50 for it to be worthwhile at anything. Self-employed, a job. If you're not making over 50,000 in this economy, you're not making enough money. Now, what do I suggest Uber drivers do? Number one, set your Uber driver business up properly. You don't know how important this is. I still managed to get EIDL money from the government as a sole prop, but that's only because the Democrats allowed it. When it was in control of the Republicans, nothing against either side, I'm just stating facts. When the program was in control of the Republicans, they only did it on they did it on the net. And then I remember the Biden administration came in, they did it on the gross. So by doing it on the gross, that allows us to get loans based on the gross. You know, it might have not been accurate, but it helped a lot of drivers out. It helped me literally chill in the house and learn a new skill, which is marketing. And I'm taking that skill now and providing myself a additional income, because Uber and Lyft is never going to be enough. Get that out of your head. Uber and Lyft will never be enough. Now, with that being said, why do I want to use that for a business model? Because I'm thinking about starting a rental or either a transportation company based around gig economy. Because no matter what, there's going to be gig jobs now. Whether or not they decide whether we're independent or not independent, there's going to be gig jobs. And having gig jobs, I know that there's an opportunity to be a middleman. And I don't like Hire Car or Turo, and I never use the platforms. I'm going on pure market research. And I watch people that been through it. I watched Glendon Cameron's videos when he started his own car rental business. He spent a lot of money, guys. I think he spent like $400,000 to buy like 30 cars for a car rental business that failed because he was dealing with a middleman. I believe if you're able to come up with a semi-affordable insurance, that is the whole key to having a successful transportation or rental business. I like the rental idea because it takes the responsibility off of me. And by providing cars to people that want to do these gig jobs, you're still providing a service that people need, because somebody's going to do it. Even though it's not the best income in the world, in my situation, doing it part-time, it works for me. It really works well for me. I could not do this full-time. And I'm building a skill that I know is going to replace doing Uber and Lyft at some point. You know, I don't just have this channel. So I'm doing multiple channels. I'm starting a media company. Next year in 2023, I will be starting hopefully having partners and starting a technology company. And there could be a possible new app in the future for me. I don't know. That technology company, through that technology company, we might come up with a new app that actually at least benefits our local environment, maybe our state. It might not be an international app, but honestly, if we just came up with a way that drivers in Connecticut can make money outside of Uber and Lyft on a different app platform, that would save people a lot of grief. And I'm thinking about a subscription-based model where the people actually just pay a subscription to an app, and then they're not, you know, burdening the drivers with taking all the money. So in a sense, you really only need like a payment processing platform that could distribute and take out, let's say we're charging each driver just $20 a day to use our platform. That's it. All the money else they make, they keep. All we need is basically a payment platform that will pay the driver what they made, and then automatically deduct that money out and pay our company. That alone would make, I think, a six-figure business. You gotta have a plan as Uber and Lyft drivers. You can't just be thinking, I'm gonna be able to do this for the rest of my life. I know some drivers do. There's drivers that out here have been driving for 8 years. I'm on paper as, I think, 4. But one of those years I took off. I took off 2021. I stopped driving 2020 towards when the pandemic was really starting to get bad. I took off basically the whole year of 2021. And I just started back this year, 2022, part-time. So I see as a driver, like this was bankrupt. I felt like I was going through bankruptcy just being a driver in 2019. It was rough, guys. Number one, I did a lot of things wrong. This is why I'm telling you guys, set up your business right. Set up your Uber business properly. You will be surprised that just setting up your business properly, there's grants outside of the regular government grants, like the EIDO. If you have a decent credit score, 700, I say 680 to 700, no, 680 to 740. Anything above that is gravy, but 680 to 740, you could get just by setting up your LLC and putting your Uber and Lyft money in your company until you get something else going. You will be able to get a loan or a grant on just that entity. I'm telling you guys. So set up your Uber business properly. That's going to be very important. Have your money going into an account, a direct business account, is going to help. Getting on ADP or another payment processor and then pay yourself a check out of that company. Now, obviously, you want more money going in your business account than you're actually taking out as a paycheck. I'll give you an example in my case. I pay myself $500 a week. I put in $700 a week. So that extra $200 is like a cushion. Ideally, you want to put more than that. You want to put double. I ideally should be putting $1,000 a week and then taking $500, but that's where I'm at right now. At some point, it will be more, and then I'll pay myself more as well. But I'm on payroll as an employee under my own company. And I actually pay myself a check, so I'm able to prove that I have a job. Because a few years ago, I think I was in Waterbury, Connecticut. I went to a car dealer, and I was like, I saw a lot of cars. My car was having all types of problems, guys. That's the problem with Uber and Lyft, is it's just a lot of wear and tear on a car, even part-time. And I went to go, inquire about the cars, and he was like, okay, where do you work? I was like, I'm an Uber and Lyft driver. We're not gonna be able to help you. Look me straight in my face. We're not gonna be able to help you. Why? I got income. They don't consider Uber and Lyft drivers because you're an independent contractor on paper. They don't consider that a job. But when I submit my pay stub through the ADP app, I can print it, I can email it. They can print it out. They see I have a paycheck. You're good. I have a paycheck from my holding company to me as an employee. And I actually get a income tax return. And I just take my income tax return, just throw it in the bank and recycle it all over again if I need it for something. But that's basically all I do. Just daisy chain my money, and I actually have a real job on paper. Now I can apply for loans based on that income, grants, one day a mortgage, because once I get up to paying myself about $1,000 a week, $1,000 to about $1,200 a week. Once I get to paying myself that in a check, I'm probably gonna be able to get a decent mortgage. I'm not there quite yet. We want to put some more income in the bank where I'm able to pay myself that. But that's what I'm trying to do right now. And I have the ability to adjust my check whatever I want it to be. I have ability to send it to whatever personal bank account I want to send it. This is the power of doing this stuff, guys. This is the power of being your own boss and getting your stuff set up properly, because Uber and Lyft is not going to be able to pay you what you deserve to get paid for doing this. But we'll say now you got yourself all set up right, you got your Uber and Lyft money going in your LLC, now you go out and get your license. Maybe you go get your own insurance. You know, I found some through State Farm. You're able to get your own commercial insurance. I didn't utilize it yet, but you know, I inquired about it. And you're able to possibly start your own transportation limousine service. Or just get used cars, rent them out to drivers. There's a lot of possibilities, but you have a job now on paper. This is what I teach. This is what I've been doing now for about a year. I've been paying myself actually now through my holding company. I got some anonymity with that company. And I'm probably going to restructure another company to hold vehicles possibly. When I purchase vehicles, I'll probably put them under that LLC. And possibly start a car rental business. You know, I think the technology company's coming first, but we got a lot we could do for 2023 just because I'm a corporate citizen and you set your stuff up right. If you want more tips and strategies on this stuff and how to take your Uber and Lyft business to the next level, get a strategy session. The information is below. Give me your proper time zone. Email me what's the best time to call you back. So only $47 one time. We could talk for 2-3 hours, whatever you want to do. And I could break down how I incorporate Navy Federal. How you can make this a real business that's going to really pay you enough money to possibly buy another car and maybe put another body in another car. And now instead of $150 a day, you're making $300 a day, which is a 6-figure business. $300 a day, that's going to bring you about $100K a year. 2 drivers. You want more videos like this? Subscribe, like, comment, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Thank you.